to another exciting edition of You Can't Take Him Anywhere, Can't Trust Him. Not every single one, of course, but this is 13% of the population. So it's committing over half of the crime in America. And a bulk of it is black on white crime. And this right here incident is no exception. This is a Ukrainian woman, quite the looker. But that aside, came here. I don't know if it's because of that BS war over there, fake war, or because she just wanted to come to America to make a better living. But she happens to be working at a pizzeria and just gets off work and takes public transportation in the form of a train and chooses to sit in front of, well, a groid. Now, if you're new to my channel, that's Negroid, just like white people, the scientific term is Caucasian, right? Negroid is for blacks. Groids. Alright? She gets stabbed to death. Once you've been living on the rock, you already know this by now. Let's take a look. Sometimes I have to wonder, is this even real? Or is this just stage 2? Because the result is, well, we'll take a look. I mean, I guess it's real. I guess it is. We're going to treat it like it's real. This is because black on white violence is definitely real. So I'm going to treat it like it's real. So he gets up, just sitting there casually. Skinny little thing, too. She's pretty. Her face is pretty, but she's too skinny for me. She needs to eat some pizza where she's working at. It's a shame. You know, picture yourself. You're coming here to America. You're from another country, or even if you're born here. But, you know, you're going to another country, going to America, and only to meet your demise at the hands of a fucking thug groid. Right? I thought it was a girl at first. I couldn't tell. So, what I want to know is, everyone on the train just watches him do this? Is that what happens? Just watches him do this? Do they... No attempts at intervention? Huh? Even Holmes over here? Big Holmes over here? No, nothing? Am I seeing that right? Damn, girl, you need to eat something. Her face is... She was a pretty face, but I didn't realize she was that skinny. Why would you sit? She must be new to these, really new to these parts. Because you're in Chicago, or Chirac. You're sitting in front of a thug-looking groid. You're in public transportation. That's a definite no-no. Your head needs to be on a damn swivel. You should be sitting against the wall here with your head on a damn swivel. Like this. You don't sit in front of a damn groid, or anybody for that matter, but especially a groid in these parts, in these inner cities, and fracking, just looking down at your damn cell phone. So I guess he did the deed, and nobody intervened. Let's take a look at another, I guess, version or angle of this video. Yeah, I don't know why it's frozen, but I'll leave it right there. You'll get image of me, audio version for this segment, and then we'll go into another segment concerning this black on white violence, this black violence in general. Horrific video, Blaze Media. Horrific video sparks outrage after young Ukrainian woman is fatally stabbed, allegedly, of course, always allegedly, even though it's on film, by a repeat offender. This is an irreparable loss for her family. A video of a 23-year-old Ukrainian refugee went viral after the footage captures an assailant senselessly and brutally murdering the young woman on a train. The woman was later identified as Irina, Irina Zurutska, Irina. Irina. Okay, Irina. That's their version of Irene. Irina, I finally got it. Irina Zarutska, a Ukrainian refugee who was stabbed multiple times in a random attack on a train in North Carolina on August 22nd. Zarutska had recently come to America seeking safety from the ongoing Russia-Ukrainian war, hoping for a new beginning, according to a GoFundMe for her loved ones. Okay, so she had a GoFundMe to get the hell out of Ukraine. Even though when that shit first broke out, I showed you footage that it was all fake and everything, and other people have done that too. But well, okay, it's real, whatever. But she fled the Ukrainian war. That's the story that's sticking to it. She did a GoFundMe. The Blaze goes on to say violent criminals commit crimes with impunity while families live in fear. Okay, fixed it. Let's see. This is an irreparable loss for a family, the GoFundMe reads. We have created this fundraiser in support or to support her loved ones during this heartbreaking time and to help them with the unexpected expenses. As details emerged surrounding the shocking tragedy, online outrage quickly followed. Oh, we're about to get a little outraged here. All right. The Charlotte-Mecklenburg Police Department identified the alleged stabber, always alleged, as 34-year-old Decarius Brown. Decarius. I'm sorry, DeCarlos. It can't be just fucking Carlos. Even though you're a groid, your name shouldn't even be Carlos. That's reserved for Latinos. It's Carl in English, idiots. Groids is something else. Why do you always add D-E in front of everything? It's like Jeff, DeMarcus, DeJane. Let's do that. Let's get really stupid. DeJennifer. DeCarlos. Your name is, first of all, you're trying to be a Carlos and you're a groid? That's stupid. But these are names they come up with. They always come up with weird-ass names and shit. Weird names for their clothing businesses. Weird names for their restaurants. It's weird. I remember one restaurant local in town. The food was good, I ain't gonna lie. They had good Jamaican meat pies. They had good food. It's just, the name of the restaurant, Rain by Groids, was called Divine by Design. That's not a name for a restaurant, but this is what they do. Why? It's just stupid. DeCarlos. Your name should be Carl if you want to be have a normal name. Carl Brown. Not Carlos, and damn sure not D. Carlos. And then there's another name that annoys me. Declan or Declan. I think, is that Irish? Something D-E-C-L-A-N. Declan. Hey man, there goes Declan. The clan of people over there. I mean, it's just, there's a lot of names that get on my nerves. DeCarlos. Okay. So this friggin' groid that did this act is 34-year-old DeCarlos Brown, a repeat offender. I think he has like 14 damn mugshots. 13 or 14 or something like this. The Charlotte-Mecklenburg Police Department arrested and charged Brown with first-degree murder for allegedly, there we go again, even though it was filmed, right? It's not AI, right? He really did it, right? For allegedly stabbing Zarutska multiple times, including once in the throat. And part of me feels like this is the product of fake news. Fake news. Fake news. Whitey bad, white supremacy. Go attack them. Go do this, right? Always calling for violence, fake news. And you got these idiots that probably watch the fake news that act upon it. It's been beating their head. Whitey bad, whitey bad, whitey bad. Right? These idiots act upon it. This is not his first rodeo, this idiot. This fucking racist. He's been arrested many a times. Alright? Stabbed him once in the throat. Alright. Hope he gets what he deserves in the Who's Gal, but I doubt he stays in. Because he's a groid, they'll probably release him because, I mean, let's face it, they're not going to keep him in prison. Are they? Are they? Are they? I don't know. I keep seeing them getting released a lot. We'll see. The suspect was also seen walking to another part of the train after the stabbing, blood on the knife dripping all over the ground. He quickly removed his red hoodie once passengers began to take notice. Brown has been convicted of several offenses, including armed robbery and felony larceny. Why the fuck is he out of prison then? Huh? He's been in prison. I saw. Well, I'll tell you what. Let's just dive into this, shall we? Huh? All right. This is Lily Gaddis. This is your girl, Lily Gaddis. She's good looking. She's conservative. She's got her head screwed on right, and she calls it out and tells it like it is. All right. I introduced you to her, I think last week at some point. And the recurrent theme is, and if you're black out there and this offends you, do something about it. As far as raising awareness and educating your community to stop acting a fool, stop attacking people, stop stealing things, stop ransacking stores because you didn't get your way or whatever. Because they said you got to pay for it and you wanted to steal it. So then because they caught you, you ransack and knock everything down. How many times have you seen that? Starting riots in stores, attacking each other, acting a fool on damn cruises. Knock it the fuck off. Stop killing people randomly. Stop being racist, attacking whites. Tell them to stop being racist, attacking whites. Stop attacking Asians. Stop doing all this shit. All right? Because there are some good black people out there. There are. Just like I still say to this day, there are some good, and you ain't gonna like this bitch shoot, Jews. Not every single one is evil. All right? Just like not every single black, but a majority in your eyes, bitch shoot, of Jews might be. You might be correct on that. I'm not arguing it. And we know it's well established that 13% of our population's causing over 50% of crime. So there is that. All right? Knock it the fuck off. The gloves have to come off when it comes to this shit. I'm not tiptoeing around it. I don't give a damn. If you get offended by this, that's a you problem. If you thumbs down trolls out there and you go low, we go high. Read between the lines. Ooh, sit and spin, I meant. There you go. We're going to take a look at Lily Gaddis. She's going to talk about this. It's from yesterday. I wanted to show it yesterday, but I didn't get a chance to. I don't know why. I don't hear anything. Hold on, just stand by at any rate. And she's going to say what a lot of people are thinking. Are you ready? She's going to say what a lot of people are thinking. Is she right? Huh? Take a look.
You know, there's a lot of people who can relate to that. Yeah. You know, the lack of transparency.
Yeah.
Whereas on the flip side, for me, my parents were super open. I knew that we didn't have money.
Yeah.
That was...
All right, that's the girl. I said she looked mighty thin, but, you know, she's a good-looking woman as far as the face is concerned and all that. But that's neither here nor there. That's just a side note. Obviously, I'm going to comment that I'm a guy. But, and there's nothing wrong with that bitch shoot, so calm the fuck down. But that aside, this is a person that was working at a pizzeria of all places. A shitty job, I'm sure. Came from Ukraine, as the story goes. Trying to have a better life. And probably does not know about all... Maybe she's really new to this country and doesn't know a whole lot about, just how Chirac and Chicago really is. All right? And what's going on in these cities. Especially with these goys and stuff. All this crime. These illegals. She might not be privy to that. I don't know. I don't understand how anybody in this day and age they don't have the memo. If you live in Europe, you should already have the memo. If you live in Ukraine, I would think you would have got the memo that there's a huge invasion by now, and you got to watch it back wherever you go and all this shit. Maybe not. I don't know. There are a lot of simple-minded people out there, still to this day. There's someone we know since all her life, literally all her life. She's in her 40s. More often than not, has the mentality of a 10-year-old. She would probably, this person that we know, would probably sit in front of that gourd on a train, and this is probably what would happen to her. Because there are a lot of damn stupid people out there. A lot of damn people who do not have their head on a damn swivel. They just don't. I don't get it. But this is a shame. I feel bad because, I don't know, she came from another country. The story goes from Ukraine. She came here to work and just start a new life. And this is what she gets. It pisses me off. It pisses me off that shit like this is still happening. Constantly. Time out. Did I say Chicago? I did say that earlier, didn't I? Yeah, I got my wires crossed. I thought that's where this happened, but I guess it happened in North Carolina. like the Blaze article said. I guess in North Carolina. All right, yeah. So I thought it was. This is not something I would expect in North Carolina. This is not, even though it's a city in North Carolina happening. I just wouldn't expect it, even in a place like Charlotte. But I thought this was Chirac the whole time. Shit, even though I mentioned, sometimes I do get my wires crossed. It happens, folks. It happens to the best of us, all right? Knock it off. Watch your step. Keep your comments civil and respectful, damn it. It's late. They're just watching. Are they just watching? Everybody just, they're cool with it. They're down. They're down with this. They're just watching. This is what you can expect if you get attacked. People are just gonna fucking watch. You better be ready out there for some shit to happen. Hopefully it won't. But in case someone tries some stunt, some gory tries a stunt on you.
Well, we're back again today, folks. This is a sad day, but it's a day like many others, where a white woman is the victim of... It's a day like many others, where a white woman is the victim of a black crime. In this case, it was a young woman from Ukraine. She moved to Charlotte, North Carolina. That's just a few hours from where I live. And she was stabbed in the throat and stabbed 2 other places, resulting in her dying on the scene, bleeding out on the scene. This was unprovoked. She was not dating this guy. She was working at a pizza restaurant and just had gotten off of her long shift and was headed home on public transportation, which used to be safe, but now you might get your, you might end up not making it to your final destination if you happen to be on public transportation with people of color or black people. So this was Irina, how do you pronounce her last name? Sorry. Irina Zrutska was in Charlotte, North Carolina, got on a public transport one day after her long shift at the pizza shop, and a black person, unprovoked, they had never spoken...
Lily, do you not know that they're called groids? It's groids when they act like that.
Before, there was no prior connection there, not dating the guy, no argument, no confrontation. She just went there, sat down. He was sitting back there. They said he had sat behind her for about 30 minutes before he took out a pocket knife, and the rest is history. So this is just what happens in America. This is what is happening in white countries around the globe right now. Because we have black people, we have immigrants. This is not just blacks. It's also illegals that are coming into these countries that are butchering white people in their homelands. And we no longer feel safe in our homeland because we have these people roaming around, lurking around, looking for trouble. They are mentally unstable. They rove in packs. They're lone wolves. And they commit atrocities upon white people. And we've gotten to the point in this country where it's the women and children who are the most vulnerable, and the women and children are now starting to suffer. So it's time for something to be done about this.
It is time.
It's not right.
100%, it's past time. It's past time. Something needs to be done. This has to stop. Just like a lot of things have to stop. Inflation, Biden inflation, whatever you want to call it. Bullshit scamdemics, all this stuff. We're over it. We're over the corruption. We're over the damn bogus virus hoaxes. We're over all the bullshit inflation. We're over all this. We're done with it. We're done with it. It's time to take this world back from all these demons. And it's time to take our communities back from these bullshit fucking thugs. All right? These racists that are attacking whites constantly. How many white on black crimes have you heard of? If there are out there, the damn sure going to be plastered all over fake news and shit, right? White supremacist attacks innocent black, right? On his way to college. Bullshit like that, right? But it's okay for a groy to do this. They're going to try to brush that under a rug, right? Bullshit. We're done with this. We're done with you acting the fool out there, We're done with you disrupting cruises. We're done with you damn in the fast food restaurants and even full serve, knocking plates over, having brawls and all this bullshit in the waffle houses, in the steak houses, in the fucking fast food restaurants, in the damn shitty Walmarts and all this on the cruises. We're done. We're beyond this. Killing white people for no reason. There's no reason. She's minding her own business. I feel bad. She probably was a good person, you know, from over there in Ukraine, and coming over here to work and just start a new life. You know, land of the free, home of the brave, right? Your head's better be on a damn swivel, as best as you can, as best as you can. It's ridiculous. We're done with this shit.
This guy had 14 previous arrests. So this is his 14 prior mugshots. Been arrested 14 times before. It's beyond ridiculous that this monster has not yet been permanently locked up. So here's a picture of all the mugshots that he has had.
This is unbelievable.
I'm sure none of those were violent crimes that he was booked for, but he's allowed to be out roaming the streets to take one of our white women's lives. Is this the kind of country you want to live in? Where you don't feel safe to let your daughter, your sister, your wife, your girlfriend go out to their job, go to the store, go take their kids?
My mother's elderly, all right? She's 76. I don't like her going to Walmart. If she went broad daylight, I guess I'm all right with it every now and then. But at night, hell no. Hell no. Especially where they put these Walmarts. A lot of them, not every single one, but the ones that I've seen, some of them, not every single one, but some of them can be in questionable areas, all right? There's one by us that's in the area is questionable. Across the street, you got Home Depot. It's a questionable sort of area, okay? I don't like it going out there. And it's not that she's older, 76, and going out there by herself at night that I don't want her to do that. I rethunk all this thing after the past, I don't know, years, several years, 5 years or so. Crime's on the uptick. You constantly see more black on white crime. Constantly. That's what made me rethink this. Pretty much. Not just her age, but I mean, if it was anybody going there, especially if it was a girl, even younger, I'd be like, you don't need to be going there by yourself. Unless, are you packing? Oh, you're not? Do you have a knife at least? Is your head going to be on a swivel? You know what I mean? You got to rethink this. This ain't the first time I covered this topic. I've been doing this for 4 or 5 years now, covering this topic. Things are supposed to be getting worse and worse, and they are. Black on white crime.
It's really great having my office secured by SimpliSafe, who is the sponsor of today's.
I watch a lot of this channel too. I don't know how the hell that popped up.
Been permanently locked up. So here's a picture of all the mugshots that he has had. I'm sure none of those were violent crimes that he was booked for.
I'm sure.
But he's allowed to be out roaming the streets to take one of our white women's lives. Is this the kind of country you want to live in? Where you don't feel safe to let your daughter, your sister, your wife, your girlfriend go out to their job, go to the store, go take their kids to the park, because they might end up dead. They might end up beaten up behind a building, abused, molested in some way. This is what we have to deal with in America, because law enforcement does nothing about this.
No, they don't.
Because federal judges and local judges have deemed it wrong.
Let me add something about that. Law enforcement not doing anything about something. I've been watching a lot of videos from that attorney I just showed you of where innocent people getting harassed and arrested by these NWO cops to the hilt. And that shit's got to stop. It's got to stop. We got to start putting all this shit on blast. I don't have time to put every single thing on blast, but we got to start doing it collectively, putting all this bullshit, corrupt people, all this BS corruption on blast. We got to continue banging that drum because they're not stopping and they won't stop until it stops. It won't stop until it stops. Things won't stop until it stops. All right, so we were at BJ's Wholesale Club. It's like Costco, all right? This was last night. And I got the video. It's 36 minutes on YouTube and Facebook and Instagram. It's not just that. It's a video showing the whole day of Saturday. Anyway, teenagers gathering. I know that they used to do this back in the day, right? When we were younger, but not like this. In the parking lot, they're peeling out. They're racing up and down in the parking lot. They're racing. It's in a shopping center. You don't do that shit and race up and down all that. When we were younger, the teenagers from my time, they gathered in a Kmart parking lot, okay? But they weren't revving up their engines back then. They just gathered to hang out. They sat on their hood and they hung out. They smoked cigarettes or whatever, and that was it. Or they would cruise up and down, the road, the little highway right there in front of the Kmart shopping center. They cruise up and down. That's what they did. They were cruising. That's what they called it. Then that cruising faded out for a long time. Now it seems like, well, I don't know if cruising is back, but hanging out in a parking lot, and now they've added revving up their engines to the point that I'm a block away. I can't even have a conversation with the guy that works at the BJ's Wholesale Club. I can't even have a conversation. I can't even hear what he's saying. They were over the distance. What the fuck, man? Not only that, they're racing up and down, which is dangerous. You got pedestrians. It's at night. It's obnoxious. And I said to the employees, why is this allowed, man? If this is not good for business, it's not. Having to hang out and acting like that and rowdy and shit. It's not good. Someone could get killed. They were describing some of the shit that these teens were doing. How they're racing up and down, going up on the sidewalk, stuff like that. Passing stop signs, running right through them. I said, why didn't the cops been called? Well, the cops won't do anything. They won't do anything for anything like that. They won't do anything for anything like this. But if you breathe the wrong way, gosh darn it, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Put your hands behind your back, huh? Bullshit. All this shit has to stop. All of this corruption has to stop. And the buck stops here. We're putting our foot down. One by one, we are putting our foot down. We're not going to take it. We're still in what I would call a hot phase of the information war, where it's getting really cranked up. It's got to stop. We got to create awareness. We got to keep pushing back. We got to keep showing this stuff, making stuff go viral, pushing back on all this evil. We're sick of it, all right? Sick of it. These are tyrants. These are POSs. These are, like this piece of crap, he's a fucking racist, violent, criminal thug piece of crap that needs to be in a FEMA camp, all right? And he doesn't need to be seeing the light of day. None of them do that are doing this shit.
Incarcerate black people. When they
My
see
bad.
stats,
My bad. Chintzy sound. All
That, oh man, there's a lot of blacks incarcerated right now. Instead of thinking, maybe there's a problem with the black community, no, they think, maybe there's a problem with the law enforcement. So let's tell them to not arrest blacks. Let's allow them to rove around on the street, and when we arrest them, we'll let them go. We'll let them out on bail. We'll let them off in a few days community service.
Bullshit.
And we'll let these violent, dangerous people continue to roam around the country and terrorize our people. This has to end.
That's a stop.
Here is a post from VDare. Below we present evidence that some 145,000 white people, including 35,000 women, have been killed by blacks in the last 53 years. More than 117,000 American soldiers were killed in the First World War. So in 50 years, we've had more murders from black on white individuals than we did in the First World War. More deaths.
Let that sink in.
More deaths, more slayings, more senseless killings of our white brothers and sisters. And no one seems to be worried about doing anything about it. Was this national news? No. This happened a while back, and the reason we are rehashing it is because they finally released the footage from that train. The footage of her execution-style murder. For no reason. These people don't need a reason. They have resentment in their heart. They hate white people because they're unsuccessful in life, but it's not because of them. They're unsuccessful in life because of white people, right? Well, you know what? I don't actually care what your reasons are. If you are a violent person who will kill somebody just for sitting there, not doing anything with you, or you'll kill someone like Austin Metcalf who simply asks you to leave because you're not supposed to be there and you're in someone else's seat, I don't want these people on the streets. We have to get serious with what we're going to do about this. People need to get angry about this sort of situation, and they need to start realizing this is happening, and they need to get more racist. Racism would save a lot of lives. If this girl was a little bit more racist, she may have not sat in... Sorry.
I can't get hard, not even with the blue pills. Will the salt trick work for me? Alright, pay attention. If you're over 35 and not as firm as you should be, or if you're popping the champagne a little too early, I highly recommend the salt trick. In just 20 seconds, you can prepare this drink.
Commercials.
Sorry. If this girl was a little more racist, she might not have sat in front of a black guy with her back to a black guy. Girls may not date black guys if they realize when they go into the court system, it's nothing but white women bringing before the judge the brown and black perps who have battered them, abused them. They're trying to get restraining orders out against them. And those are the lucky ones, believe it or not. Those aren't the ones that were murdered by these people. So we need to get tough with ourselves and realize that this is an actual problem and not care if they call you racist, because I would rather be called racist than dead. Okay? And what are we supposed to do about this problem? It's not good enough just to talk about it. The cops need to be cracking down on these people. It needs to be stop and frisk everywhere. We need profiling. We need a cop to see, you know what, that's a suspicious looking black person. I'm going to stop and frisk him. I'm going to see what he's up to. Yes. Yes, you are no longer allowed to walk while black. Yes, you are going to have the law looking down your back. Because I'm sorry, until you fix this in your community, it's not going to go away. And people will continue to look suspiciously at you. Like this girl should have done. Not that I'm blaming her.
Now, to some of you out there, this might seem harsh, right? But the problem is, even though you might say, well, I'm black and I'm innocent, I shouldn't be stopped and frisked. Look, you got 13%. You are 13% of our population, or so they say. 1 in 3%, causing over half of the crime. Not only that, a lot of that crime is black on, not only is it black on black, it's black on white. Far exceeds white on black. Far exceeds it. So much so that you got a groid, one of your own, in your community, sitting in a damn train station, on a train, literally stabbing a white girl, 23 years old woman, from Ukraine, so the story goes, got off from her pizza shift, right, working really hard for beans, just wants to go home. She came to America to escape the so-called war, the Ukraine-Russo war, and a groid stabs her to death for no reason. How many times have we seen this play out? How many times have we seen groids in cars plow through a crowd of white people? Was it Waukesha, somewhere where up there, Wisconsin, the Christmas parade? How many times? How many times have we heard about that happening over there in Europe, in Germany, during a Christmas gathering, parade, or whatever? Taking a car and plowing through people, Germans, who are white, the real ones, right? How many times have we seen the black on white crime all over? Over in Europe, here, how many times? Huh? Ad nauseum, at any rate. So if you don't want people like her calling for stopping and frisking every black person, because we don't know who's going to cause what, that's how bad the epidemic within your community became. Are you a good black person? Fine, upstanding? You could be. The problem is you stayed silent for way too long. Silent for way too long. You let this fester within your community. You turned a blind eye. You watched fake news. Fake news said, well, it's white supremacy that's causing all the problems. That's stupid. That's so damn stupid. It boggles my mind if you believe that. There is no white supremacy. If anything, it's black supremacy. Blacks are allowed to get away with this. Constantly, more often than not. 14 times that bitch was in prison or jail. 14 times he got out. 14 times he got out. Or 13 times he got out. His 14th mugshot was this one, I guess. Who knows if they're going to release him in due time from some corrupt judge. Fix it. But we're not going to stay silent anymore. I don't give a damn if you don't like what I'm saying or what she's saying. I don't care anymore. I don't care. We don't care. We don't care anymore, all right? If you unsubscribe, you're a piece of crap. You're stupid. You're part of the problem. You unfriend, you're part of the problem. You unfollow, you are part of the problem. That shows right there that you are part of the damn problem. And we're going to fix this problem one way or another. It's got to stop. All of this bullshit's got to stop. The bullshit scamdemics, the bullshit, the fake news has got to stop. This black on white crime has got to stop. I mean, the black crime in general has got to stop. Crime in general. Corrupt cops. Corrupt fucking cops. That shit has got to stop. And I'm going to harp on that. I'm going to start harping on that big time. That might become the theme for a while on this channel. It might. The food inflation's got to stop. The government harassing farmers out of farming has got to stop.